Yes, recording in progress. Good morning. Hope you guys are good. It's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. We are traders. Every day it's a dollar making day. It's a dollar making day. But otherwise, firstly, let's just have a look in terms of what's going on in terms of the Forex factory, in terms of the news for today, the economic calendar. Obviously, in South Africa, we're having the speech by the Minister of Finance. So we're looking at the ZAR later on. But otherwise, let's take a look on a Wednesday. Most impactful economic events is obviously, this was yesterday. So as you guys can see, we have the pound 49 projected. Forecast was 49 times of PMI. So that shows that obviously if the PMIs are going up, it means that the economy of those countries is basically expanding or growing. So hence you see those numbers, you see those positive, even on the dollar, I think you saw those positive numbers coming from the dollar. And then obviously we had the rise in terms of inflation on Canada. Let's take a look at today, the 22nd of February. What's happening on the 22nd of February, year 2023? Okay, you've got the wage that came out, price index. The forecast was 1%. Obviously, this is less than the previous one. And then you've got the interest rate on New Zealand dollar. Okay, so last one was 425. So it went up by 50 base points. Okay, the New Zealand dollar. Obviously, there was a statement after that. Yeah, this is today. Okay, so we're also going to be having what the US FOMC later. Those will be the minutes. So it will just be minutes, and it will not be like an interest rate decision, but it will just be minutes. So minutes is basically what was discussed when there were meetings with the board members of the board. Okay, that's about it. Okay, firstly, I think let's first take a look. I'm not sure if I think you guys are seeing this. Obviously, guys, if you can see my screen, if you hear my voice, you can always write something on the chat box so that I can know that you can actually hear me and you can see my screen. Okay, that's why we have got the chat box. So obviously, if you can hear me and you can hear my voice, you can see my screen, just go in the chat box, say yes, we can definitely hear you, man, and we're excited, because we know once you've done analysis, we know our job is done. What you need to do is just place some orders. I don't know, my chart is acting a little bit I'm not sure who's my okay, perfect. Thank you. I don't know why this is acting a bit weird. I don't understand what's going on with this chart. So I think I'm gonna use the other broker that I use. Yeah, I think this is fine. Is it? Okay, first of all, every time I do some analysis, I always check what's going on in terms of the dollar index. So I always check that. So as you can see, the dollar index is doing that. Let me just remove this. Let me remove these lines. Should I have them then? Yeah, I can have them. It's fine. Okay. But let me just put them back. Maybe some of you guys will see clearly, it's like this is the 22nd and this is the 21st, 20, and obviously Friday, Saturday, all of those things. Okay. Let's take a look at the bigger picture. This book is acting up, no? Yeah, this is a bigger picture of the dollar index. So I think we've done analysis on the dollar index last week, and we're like, okay, the dollar index obviously is going to bounce at this level, expected to bounce at this level. All right, so now, like I said before, there was this structure. So let's just zoom, let's just do this. Let's change the charts from the candlesticks to the line graph, okay? Let's change this from the line chart into this. Okay, let me change also this into red. so it can be clear, so you can just use different colors. So as you can see, this chart, this price, it went up to that level and then made it drop. Let's say it dropped to that level and then it moved, you know, it broke this level, it broke above. Okay, you can see this was some accumulation here. This is some consolidation or accumulation to say. So it broke above it. Obviously, before breaking above, it did what we call the stop hunt below this whole thing, and then broke above it, went up there. And then from there, what it did, obviously, it dropped to this level. And then now what it's doing is this. It's moving in some form of compression. So basically, this is moving towards this level that I like to call it a supply level. Okay, so obviously expected a drop and the drop did happen. Obviously, the drop was at these levels. Okay, so at these levels. This was a drop here, these levels. Okay, just a bit of a summary of what has been happening in the dollar index. Okay, so whenever I see a compression towards the supply, what I normally expect is that the market is building up orders on both sides. What it's going to do, obviously, is going to drop. So as you can see, this is this here, from here to going there and then dropping, then obviously dropping below this accumulation level, then dropping below this level. And obviously when they like, okay, now, and then they push the price high to this level, and then it drop, and then obviously moving compression towards the level of supply. What am I expecting? I'm expecting this bigger structure on the 4-hour time frame to be painted on this side here. Okay, let me just show you what I mean. See, this bigger structure is going to be painted now on the smaller time frame here. Okay, which means now we're going to be focusing on this zone. So let me just move everything here. So now you're going to see this big structure being painted or as a blueprint on the smaller, on this side. Okay, so as you can see, this was a pattern that was created. So now you're going to see the similar pattern but on a smaller scale. Okay, what do I mean by that? These are just my expectation. Remember, everything I do here is not a financial advice. It's for educational purposes only. And if you place a trade based on the analysis, it's not going to be because I give you financial advice, because I give you my review of what I'm expecting from the market. I'm not the market maker. I'm also a trader just like you. Remember, if you've got any question you want to ask, or maybe any pair you want us to take a look at, you can always post, okay? So this is where you saw a reaction on the dollar. So this is the reaction on the dollar. So I'll mark that zone because it's important, okay? So now we're gonna go in to that zone. We're gonna go with the smaller time frame. So now, as you can see, this is U30. Okay, the level that I'm looking at obviously is like this level here. Okay, you can come in. All right, you can see pretty more people are joining in. So after this on H4, I'm basically expecting, let's just do this on 1 hour. So because of that, remember, as you can see, let me just show you that. So the dollar touched these levels, 1, 2, 3, these levels same time. So that simply means they've created these equals high. Okay, so obviously from that, let's see the reaction. There was some little bit of reaction in that level. So my expectation obviously is for the dollar to go in that level. Let's just go into 1 hour. Expectation that the dollar index obviously see them the reaction in that level. Just do the reaction in that level. Let's just change to this. Yes. Okay. So this, so expectation on the dollar index is this. This is last bullish candle before it drop. Okay. So like I'm keep mentioning this, are basically gonna trap few people, because some people are gonna sell here. But what you want the market to go above that level before actually selling it. Okay, because like we've mentioned before, we've got that higher time frame pattern that shows that the market is obviously gonna drop. Okay, so if it's dropping, I'm expecting to come to this level here. To this level here. Okay, so that is my expectation in terms of the dollar index. Okay, so obviously while this is happening, while the dollar index, like I keep saying, I'm hoping you guys can see this. I'm saying this here because of this. Oh, what's that now? Because the market has created these highs. 1, 2, 3. These R1, R2, R3, this level. A lot of people will like got their sell position or their stop loss above here. So what I will expect the market to go above that level and react on the last candle, which was bullish. The last candle that was bullish is this candle here. Is this candle here. This is the last candle that was bullish. Okay, let me just change the properties on this. Maybe to this. I'm not sure it's over here. But this is a candle. Okay, expecting, and obviously there's the dojis and all that are here. Okay, so the last candle was bullish is this one. So I will expect the market obviously to react here, and then from there expecting what, a drop. Okay, so reason number one, these equals highs, it's gonna move above them. Okay, so in the meantime, while this is moving up, what's gonna be happening? Okay, on the, let's take a look at the pound. Okay, within the pound, I'm expecting the pound to react the last before the bullish movement. I'm expecting the pound to come back to this level. Okay, the last bullish movement. I'm expecting the pound to come to this level. Okay, so obviously some people were like, hey, let's sell the pound. Obviously you should sell the pound because of this. You can see this can literally be on the sell. We've analyzed the sell, and you can see there was a reaction on that level over there, drop, bullish move, and obviously if you can also see this is like a nice M. Right, if you are trading, obviously you can sell the pounds. I think you'll make let me see how many trips you can make from selling the pounds here, because obviously this is an M. You know, if you know your double top, this is your M. You know, this is an M. Check. Yeah, I think everyone can see that. So I'm expecting the pound to come back here before I buy. Remember, the market makers or the banker, they like to buying things on the previous level where they bought it. So it means if there was a huge buy here, expect the next buy to be very close to that same buy. Okay, which means here, if there was a huge bullish movement going up, this pattern here is basically the bankers according to taking profits. This is like taking profits, but obviously this is another level of supply. Then it drop. This is an M, and then it drop here. It's I don't know how many pips. We just calculate that. So from there to there is about 80 pips. And if you change this, I think I've got some templates here of guys. I know I've got guys that are trading the market maker strategy, that are on the group, that are on this, and you can see this was testing yesterday's highs. So obviously the market, this is here is a zone, but I don't want to buy in the middle of the zone. I want to buy not in the middle. I want to buy exactly, you know, if this movement was Just calculate that candle. Okay, you can see that. So we said here we see what an M. Okay, M is like a double top. M double top. So double top. So which is the amount. So expectation obviously on the pound is to go on that level. So if we do this, obviously a drop to this level, drop to that level, reaction there. And you can see even here, like a lot of this, but obviously I always like to take the previous, like the previous candle that was opposite the direction the market actually went. This was like, people thought, they were like, okay, before this bullish movement, a lot of people thought this was dropping because of this candle. See, this last candle was the one people like, no, this is dropping, it's definitely going down. And then the next thing what you saw, this bullish candle. So from there, I always like to take the previous candle that went the opposite direction of the movement actually that took place, which means people expecting a sell, and then there was a bullish candle going up. So from there, expecting from the last bullish candle, the market to actually go up. Obviously, the take profit will be that in terms of the small scale. They just do that. This is just for the trading, by the way. So it's close to 200 pips. It's close to 200 pips. And I like it also because even if you look on the left, you can see this here. So I like that. So obviously, and even this candle, it's like very key in terms of like price understanding, price action. This candle here, this candle. So I like that to be obviously my take profit. So buy from here and then you close it there, okay? And then let's take a look at, I think, did you check gold? Don't check gold. Okay. But I like trading gold when it's like the US session. I like trading gold during the US session. I don't know what's going on with this broker. She's keep acting up. But otherwise, we'll love to take on gold at this level again. So if gold dropped to about 24, then obviously you would like to take profit. That's previous. So obviously that's potentially should be our first take profit if we are buying gold. Obviously we buy gold when you see it. And obviously you can see even that is like a retracement from this bullish movement. And you can buy gold at 1824. And then that's will be our take profit. Let's zoom in that. Yeah. So our previous candle that was pushing, that was a bearish candle, is definitely this candle. Yeah. Just delete that. Just delete that. Yeah. If you go in 1 hour, the last candle that was bearish is this candle here. So we'll have to buy it there. Okay. Like I said before, our take profits that are likely to target according to this analysis obviously is this one here. This one here. Okay. Okay. All right. So from here, it drop to this level. Remember, it's always best to just wait for the market to get, and obviously even in that level, you should have some confirmation before you usually buy it. So obviously if it breaks, if the dollar index breaks above that level, obviously you're not gonna solve this. And then let's take a look at oil. Okay, obviously it's the same thing, but I want us also to take a look at NASDAQ. I know a lot of people always ask me, hey, I want to trade NASDAQ. Okay. you can always take a look at NASDAQ. So let's take a look at the 4-hour. My expectation, obviously, on the NASDAQ, I thought it was firstly gonna go up, but it did not go up as much as I expected it to go. Yeah, but otherwise, if you've got a pair that you would like us to take a look at, please always, you can send it on the chat box so we can take a look at that pair, and then we can analyze it. My expectation on the NASDAQ is that it's gonna, right now, the way it has moved, I'm expecting to come to this level. If it does not, but I think this level was, yeah, I'm expecting to come to this level, just perhaps creating another significant, for example, if we take this, let's take it as S1. So my expectation, because there's a lot of talks around recession. So I'm expecting NASDAQ obviously to come here at this level, and then obviously react to that level. You know, if it's possible reacting to that level, obviously it can come back to this level. You know, so obviously even right now it's at this level. You know, it's at this. So I always like, before buying, 1, 2, 3. I always like to see a drop towards these levels. For example, if there's like a supply here, if there's a demand level here, I like to move to a nearest demand again, like a higher demand. But obviously, as you can see, this is S1, there's going to be S2, and then coming back to this level. And obviously, even that level is demand level, like it can react to that level. Maybe what it can do, obviously, is this. It can go here, you know, and do this. Yeah, you can go here, drop to this level, then go there, and then drop. Obviously, always take a look at the reaction that the market is doing. For now, it's not giving me much. It's giving like as if it's still gonna continue dropping to that level. Otherwise, guys, you can feel free to share your comment on the chat box so we can take a look, because let me just mark this level. The first level, and I see the reaction is 120.032. The second level, I'm expecting some reaction of this is 11839 or 11929. That is for in NASDAQ. Okay. If once you've done in NASDAQ, obviously expecting this, oh, it has actually moved here. Yo. I thought this was gonna take some time, but it's actually here. I think we've done analysis on this, and it's actually moved to this level. Otherwise, it's going to take a while before it gets to this level, and right now it's already here. The USD. I think we did analysis that this whole thing, see these things. 1, 2, let me just show it to you so that you can see what I'm talking about. Sometimes, see this. Okay. Oops, and then 1. So the market was grabbing liquidity, going up, grabbing, going up, grabbing, going up, grab, going up. So now you've got a lot of people. You've got, so for example, here, obviously this is the same levels, almost similar level. So I was expecting it to come to this level, and now it's already there. And this is so amazing. I haven't checked it out, but I took, obviously, I haven't really been checking out this until now, and I'm amazed. It's actually made that move, and it's already there. I need to check out my other account. Okay, so obviously there was, if you can see, I've been talking about the same thing always over and over. This year, let me just, I'm just gonna change this into, so this year, this is like what I say always as accumulation to that level over there, accumulation, orders, and compression for supply, expecting a drop back to this low. So this was previous low, or the demand level. But obviously, if you change this to candlestick, I'm expecting, if there's gonna be a reaction, obviously the reaction gonna be here, and the reaction going back even to that level over there. So what's gonna happen is what I normally call, this yeah, but this basically my expectation on the USD. Okay, USD. Okay, that's done. Do we check out the DAX or do we check out other pairs? The DAX obviously is gonna do the same thing. See there's things. See this here. They're gonna drop below that level. They're gonna drop below all of these pins. They're gonna drop below all these pins. Let's change those pins to. So the next level that is key, obviously, before the bullish movement is this level in terms of DAX. So I will expect them the market to come to this level over here after dropping below those pins. Okay, what happened to USD? I think nothing much as yet. Nothing much as yet. It's still building up in that level. They're still like taking profits from those sell positions. As you can see, they're still in that level, so not much is happening on USD. I don't like trading a pair where I don't see what's going on with it. I think yesterday we also did some analysis on EURCAD. Let me just check what's happening on EURCAD. So even EURCAD is at the high liquidity zone, issues this zone here. It came back here. So obvious expectation is for it to drop again. Expecting this to drop again. Okay. Okay, do you guys have any question, maybe any pair you want us to analyze? So that we can simply analyze it. Euro USD. Okay, I think the Euro USD, let's just take a look at it, but I think we also follow the pattern of the pound. Okay. Okay. I expected, let's just simple direction in that level, European, but I'm expecting obviously USD to come to this level. Just take a look at the smaller time frame. Okay. Smaller time frame again. Euro USD. Okay. Okay, let's do this. The reaction is on that candle. Okay. This candle as we have got the reaction. And this candle is just wow. As you can see, this here let me change that. So as you can see, this was a bearish engulfing, but when it came back to the same zone, it broke above it, and then obviously this candle is confirmation of a more bullish movement or more bullish orders. And you can see there was a reaction, similar level here, right? Same level. This is the first time back that the market is coming back to this level. Okay, and you can see with the Euro USD, it's been doing this. So this is like basically this is, I call this obviously as taking profits, but it's also accumulating of orders from both sides. Okay, both sides, I mean from the buy side and the sell side. But it's also accumulation towards what? Towards a demand level, which is obviously that level over there. As you can see, after this bullish candle, there was some more bullish movement. Okay, let's do that. So my expectation, I do expect the euro to come back to this level over here. I expect the euro to come back to this level here. If not, it must come back even to this pin. Okay, must come back even to this pin. So firstly, before you buy,
I'm on the screen here, but I don't see it.
You're on the screen. Okay, let's just say. Can you see anything? Can you hear my voice? Okay, it's gone quiet. All right.
Yes, we can see your screen, we can hear your voice.
All right. Thank you very much for confirmation. So basically, I'm expecting obviously the euro aggressive move to the downside before going up. So when I say going up, I'm expecting obviously to get to that level first. Just remove lines so I won't confuse. And obviously, I'm expecting to get to that level. So this is the level I'm expecting the euro to go to. I'm expecting the euro to get to that level. So aggressive move to the downside. Obviously, those moves, you'll see them, I think, around 9:30, or if not, obviously it's going to be at 20% or 10. But aggressive move around 9:30, 9:45, you know, obviously can happen anytime as long as you can see the price, smaller time frame. Obviously, you can just play around it, but I want it to get to that level before I can actually buy the euro. Let me just remove everything. All right. So this here is a candle. This here is a pin bar. So I'm expecting a reaction on that pin bar, right? But on a smaller time frame, it must drop before I can buy. Okay, because we want to buy it cheaper. As a rule of trading, you want to buy cheaper, buy low, sell high. So obviously my target in terms of take profits, obviously, it always been, it's going to be here at this pin. It should be this pin here, or it can be this level here. My expectation in terms of that. If the market reacts the way we've analyzed, and obviously, and you can see this here, this move here is slow and steady, and it's not really aggressive. And also this move is like the dying of a momentum, and also I think is basically taking profits of the sell position that has been going on the euro for some time. All right. So because the euro, number one, as you can see, there was this drop, okay, and then there's this drop again, okay. Right now you can see it's not really doing much, okay. So obviously just a drop before buying, okay. So those are my expectation on the euro. Let's go. The reason for this, like I keep saying this, is because I'm expecting this USD index to drop from here. That's the reason I'm confident that this obviously I'm expecting the euro from here. Sometimes you can wait for the market to go. Sometimes, like for example, like I keep saying this, after those levels 1, 2, 3 highs, I'm expecting the dollar index to go up there and then make a drop. So when that has been confirmed, it's going to be easy for me to enter the sell on the dollar and the buy on the euro USD. Okay. Right now, the euro USD is doing this, but also I think the pound is also in this level. But I'm expecting obviously the pound to drop and then go up, and then obviously after this has been done, you see the same thing going on in the euro, and you're more likely to see the same thing going on again in gold. Okay. Don't be fooled by these movements, small movements like that happens in between. Because sometimes we're like, no, this thing is dropping. I don't want to miss. And then it goes and attack the stop loss. And then you are out of the trade that you've been analyzing for some time. So there's my expectation. And this is me on gold, 1853 level. And the same thing with gold. If we go in the higher time frame, there was first drop here, and then again another drop, and then now we've got this level of drop, but this here is not really a much aggressive. And if you look left, you can see this level of drop is significant towards previous demand level, okay? Because there was this coming back here, and then after that there was a bullish movement going outside. But obviously first drop, second drop, and then this third drop is very, because there was a pullback to this level, and then from there this here it's like small drop, but this drop is more like we're trying to close our profits from the sell position, and we just accumulation orders for that we can go up. So expectation this year from here to go bullish up until to like 53 level. But obviously you cannot buy until you see a market moving to the downside. Okay, I think that's about it. Otherwise, if you've got any pair you want us to check it out, I think you've done EURCAD, you've done pound, you've done the euro, you've done the, I think also this also played out the other day. We were doing analysis on it. I think this also played out. So this also played out the other day. We were doing analysis on the, do that. Okay. NASDAQ. I think we've done that, but we will take a look at it before we close. Okay. But obviously, let me just zoom in on this. So obviously, USDJPY, there's too many. See, when there's too many in the same level, I like it to move higher, and then before it drop. Just analysis and just wrap it up in terms of NASDAQ. We said NASDAQ, we expect it to number one. Obviously, reaction on this level and the reaction on that level. Okay, and then I think we've done that. This is NASDAQ, but we'll just do it for the sake of everyone who just joined. So expectation in that level, and then expectation in that level. So I mentioned that a reaction here can push it to that level, and then from that level to that level, okay, which is this level, okay, okay, and then from there it can go up there, right? There's some expectation on NASDAQ, but sometimes, you know, NASDAQ, you can just push from here, you can just go straight up to that level. But I am expecting it from this level to actually make a drop to the downside. Okay.